Welcome once again to the descriptive statistics. Now we are continuing with our data set, the same data set, but as you can see, all whatever we have been doing here are what we call categorical variables. Actually, let me just put it here. You can put the hashtag and I say categorical variables. These are categories like how many people are doing which course, what. But now there are some cases where we don't have categorical variables, but we have something like numerical variables. For example, let's put numerical variables. And what are these numerical variables? The number. If you look at our data here, we have age here. This is a code for age, and we have just numbers. We don't have categories like maybe from 20 to 30, from 35 to 40. So here we call this one numeric data. And how do we deal with it? And numeric data, we need to know what is the mean, the median, the maximum, the minimum. So we can use also a command like, because here we don't plot bar chart or pie chart, but we can plot something like a histogram. So if we do, for example, histogram from lessR, we do this, and histogram of this gender thing, not gender but age, it is coded this way. And then we have data. Our data, it is called responses. This is our data. So what happens when we do this? You see what is happening? Just by putting histogram, it does a lot. It plots for us a histogram, but it comes here and gives us all this detailed information. This one here, starting with one, number of observations, 92. It gives us the mean. It gives us the standard deviation. It gives us the minimum age of one respondent. Gives us the median, and it gives us the maximum. The person who was older was 51. It also goes ahead and gives us the outliers. We shall explain more about the outliers, but those are people who are beyond a certain number. And you have 50 and 51, and therefore. Then now it shows us what it based on to plot this histogram. From secondary school, for you, when you are given data, you have to create what we call bins. So like I told you, this one was not categorical data. For it does by the time it does that, it first actually converts it like the categorical data. It is saying, like, for example, between 20 and 25, between 25 and 30, between 30 and 35, those are the different bins, and we calculate for us these percentages and give us all this. And this is what it is plotting here. It is plotting how many people are there, as you can see. So this is what we call numeric data. That is a histogram. But we have another way of plotting this. If I say plot, just plot, and from this one, and I copy the same information here. Sorry for that. I copy this information. I want to use the plot function instead of histogram. What will it give me? It gives me what we call a violin plot. Now, a violin plot is an advanced way of visualizing numeric data. You can see it gives us the same information, but it expands on it. It gives us mean, like it gave us the other time, standard deviation, like we saw in a histogram, but then it brings in interquartile range. It also gives us the skewness, the minimum. Then it gives us something called lower whisker and then upper whisker. Now, I talked about outliers, these ones, 50, 50. Now, any number that is above the number of the upper whisker here, 48, is treated as an outlier. That's why you see 50 and 51, they are taken to be outliers. And this number 48 is here on this graph. So 50 is this one, which is outlier. 51 is here. These are marked red because they are outliers. And then when you see this line here, the first line here is what we call the median. 34.5 lies along here. And then our mean is in the middle of this box plot, which is 35.6, somewhere maybe here, around here when you look at here. So this one gives us more information. It goes ahead and gives us all these, the duplicates. As you can see in this data set, there are people who said that there are 32 and there are 11 of them. I don't know if that is the same as a mod or something like that. Then it goes ahead and gives us all this statistical information that may be important at one point or another. So this is how you can visually inspect your data. You can try it out with other variables. For this data set, this is the only age is the only continuous variable. But for categorical, there are many work affiliations, if you know how to use a certain software. So you can experiment on your own and come up with very beautiful plots. Thank you.